Hey, what's going on? This is your boy KQKC popping off on another video. Now, you read that correctly. Wilder will be eyeing for that cut on Tyson Fury. Now, first, you have to understand, Deontay Wilder was very, very worried because of the cut that Tyson Fury received. Now, you would be too if a lot of money was riding on this rematch. Because the first thing Deontay Wilder did, he called Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel because he was worried. He wanted to make sure that won't interfere with their upcoming fight. Now, I can't see how that fight will go on due to that he has been suspended, which is routine. But you're going to need more than 3 months. You're going to need more than 3 months to get ready to fight the heavyweight champion of the world, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And so, yes, the fight will happen, most likely, but I cannot see it happen within that time frame. Because we all know this shit. You know, that's why I put up this picture, because it shows that Tyson Fury ain't nothing but a big pussyfoot. That's all he is. He's crying on his manager's shoulder. The manager that he should have got rid of. Like I said in my live stream, you do not put Inswell. You do not put Inswell on a cut. I am not a medic. I am not a doctor. Hell, I'm not even I don't even draw blood, okay? But we all know that you don't do that. That's a no-no. We all know what Inswell is for. To keep the bruises down, to keep the bumps and lumps and all that down, the hickeys down, and sometimes the hematomas down. So, therefore, Deontay Wilder was delighted and disappointed at the same time. And that's a quote. See, you can be happy for this fighter because, first of all, he won. So that means that their plans can keep going. Now that he suffered a cut, that made him worried that the plans will halt. But I don't know if they will halt, but I know damn well they are going to continue to push that fight back. Because now, this is KQKC talking. This is my so-called monologue. This is my so-called opinion. Now, I don't think the fight gonna take place at all because of the cut he suffered. See, he's not a Sean Porter that leads with his head, which he did that night against Wallen, but Sean Porter does it in every fight, and he get cut in every fight. Look at both of his eyes. That's scar tissue that's gone. That scar tissue that Earl Spence probably will bust open. See, when you take too many cuts to the head, layer of scar tissue is gone. I mean, even though you sew it back up, scar tissue is still gone. That what makes you an easy target to get cut. So when you fight those rough fights, when you take those rough and come forward fighters like Sean Porter, you're gonna suffer a headbutt, or he's gonna suffer one. Sean Porter, I am very surprised he's not wearing glasses or bifocals, because his eyes have been so damaged by cuts and bruises. And Earl had it right. He is, and I repeat, he is what you call a dirty fighter. For the simple fact, he does use his head. Now, the elbows, that's a different story. But the head, he's right on. Now, take a sip of cup of my Joe. But yeah, he's right on. He's right on point. And I really feel bad for Sean Porter. Now, I know some people say, "Well, don't you want Earl Spence to win, KQ?" Yes, I do, and I want him to win in high fashion. Now, would he get the knockout? I don't know. That's one thing you tell a fighter. Don't go looking for the knockout. But if it's there, you take it. Now, if Earl Spence go the full distance, we know he didn't knock out Mikey because he wasn't trying to fight that type of fight. Demetrius Andre. But we know he probably can't knock out Porter. But then again, Porter will be confused. They trying to cover all angles and bases, and what Earl is bringing to the table, that they're making that young man confused. And when you confuse, what do? You go back to what you know best, and that's what? Leading with your head. And Earl got that red flag, and he come like a bull. That's all. No skills, no fundamentals. I think I saw him throw a jab 1 or 2 times, only for a rangefinder, so he can bull rush him. I literally seen him run in the ring. That's not a technical fighter. I don't even think Sean Porter can fight a technical fight. And he better not try, because Spence will outpoint him every time. That's my monologue. Now, let me just read a little bit to you about what Deontay Wilder had to say. Now, from now on, I'm going to cite my source, okay? Because one of the brothers wanted to know one of my sources, and hell, I couldn't find it. Shit, because, I have 52 sources. And, I check, 2 or 3 of them, make sure it's authentic. And I go ahead and roll with it. But I'm start saying it, or putting it down. Okay? Now, this is from ESPN. Okay? And, of course, this is written by none other than Dan Raphael. Now, you can take what you want out of it, but it is true, because I did check other sources. I just went with this one. Now, as a heavyweight world title holder, Deontay Wilder watched the blood pour from the cuts above Tyson Fury's right eye Saturday night, courtesy of Otto Wallin. Left hook. He thought about 2 stoppages. Now, just a little food for thought. Otto Wallin, hometown in Sweden, threw him a parade, threw him a damn good homecoming. because he went the distance with the big goofy. That's what we call him in Chicago. Now, one thing, one was in the ring, as Wilder thought Fury was about to fall, victim to a massive upset, a stoppage due to the cuts, which was the result of punches, would have meant a victory for the unheralded Wallen. Now, the other stoppage would have happened later, as Wallen highly anticipated rematch against Fury, penciled in for February 22nd in Las Vegas, would have been canceled. But Fury was allowed to continue in a second unanimous decision victory. Now, let me express this. As soon as he saw the cut, Wilder, he called co-manager Al Heyman, which is an advisor, and later spoke to co-manager Shelley Finkel to voice his concern. I called Al first, and I'm like, they're going to stop this fight. And Fury effed up. They're going to stop this fight. Wilder told ESPN on Wednesday the gas looked like it was like 3 inches long and 2 inches wide. It was crazy. Al wasn't watching it, and he was asking what's going on. And I'm like, Al, this cut is bad. I ain't never seen one like that. This cut was long and wide. Now, Badu Jack did have a bad cut, but not as wide. His was long. Cup of Joe. So, therefore, he told Al that he never seen a cut like this. And Al said, this cut is bad. I have never seen one like that. This cut was long and wide. Then it became 2 cuts and became even worse. This cut was long and wide. This became 2 cuts and became even worse. When I was talking to Al, I was like, this is blank. It's bad. They're going to stop this. But Wilder, 41-0 with 1 draw. That's a hell of a record, baby. I'm telling you right now. But fuck it. You know, he is the people's champ. And Fury, the big baby. Yes, they would have stopped the cut. They would have stopped the fight because of the cut, excuse me. But due to that was be a so-called championship fight for the lineal championship. Because if Wilder would have won, he still wouldn't have got nothing. He still wouldn't have been anything. It's no lineal championship. Who ever heard of such a fucking thing? ESPN lost their damn mind. Son of a bitches, boy, I swear. They'll make up anything just to make money. And that's facts. And that's facts for your ass. Now, Wilder and Fury have already signed a 2-fight deal for a rematch. In the 3rd fight, with the sequel of their hard-fought draw in December, penciled in for February the 22nd in Las Vegas. Now count that up. Fury been suspended for 3 months. 3 months. Alright? Now this is routine. Now, this is September, October, November, December. Then he get back in the gym, whatever, or close to boxing. Then that means you got January and February, basically. And you're not going to take on Deontay Wilder in no February 22nd, because he's aiming for that cut. But Wilder said he was ready for whatever happened, even if it meant Fury lost and the rematch going down the drain. See, that's the difference in Deontay Wilder and the rest of the heavyweight division. People like Dylan White, people like Chisora, people like Big Baby Miller, Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder is a people person. He's a thinker. He prepares. He prepares for the future. He prepares for the worst to come. You always have to have a motherfucking backup plan. Y'all don't hear me. But you're going to hear me. You're going to hear me at 12:30 today. See, I'm KQ, KC Boxing. If you like the content of this video, feel free right now to hit that like button. Feel free to ring that bell icon so you get notified each and every time I do a video. And also, don't forget that I do have that show Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. And on Sunday mornings, it's OG Boxing. Your host for International Boxing, and your coach KQKC, and your other co-host is Blood Boxing, and other co-host is Kurt Anderson. Boy, ain't that a damn lineup if you ever seen one. And that's OG Boxing, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. You got to be there or fuck it. Like they say, be fucking square. But I tell you this, Deontay Wilder, life goes on. Fights go on. Do you know he one of the most sought out heavyweights out there right now? And I'm glad for him. So, with that, basically, I have one more thing I'd like to say. I wasn't on pins and needles. This is what Wilder said. Because it ain't my career. It ain't me. Wilder said. Things happen in boxing. Things ain't final until they happen. But a Fury loss would have just changed the whole dynamic of the situation. Just like when Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Pussyfoot, Babyfied, Anthony Joshua, and it changed the course of the heavyweight division. See, the fight with Wilder was supposed to be stopped. Everybody knows that. Now, this is Wilder saying this now, not me. But, of course, they don't want this man to lose because of me. They want the big fight. We understand that. People are not dumb. See, that's why he is the people's champ. Phrases like that. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to repeat that shit. See, the fight with Wilder was supposed to be stopped. But everybody knows that. But, of course, they don't want to stop. They don't want this man to lose because of me. They want the big fight, the big bucks, I'm saying. And we understand that. People are not dumb, people. I'm KQ, KC Boxing. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe right now. And again, shout out to the LDBC. Peace and love. I'm on to the next one.